Armando on 90 Day Fiance got really bad news, you guys. Oh, it was so sad to see, but 90 Day Fiance, the other way, was just on, and we finally got to see Armando from Kenny and Armando sit down with his dad and just talk about his, relationship with Kenny and where it's going and how they're going to be getting married. And at first, things were going well. Now, if you don't already know, Armando's dad is just kind of been closed off with this whole thing. Armando hasn't really been telling him a lot. You can see it. He's always kind of made his dad uncomfortable. He did sit down. The dad teared up and said, "You will always be my son. I will always love you. You always have a piece of my heart." However, when he broke him the news that him and Kenny are actually going to be getting married and they're engaged and their wedding's going to be like this upcoming spring, that is when the dad really had no comment. He kind of went from being kind of emotional and happier-ish, kind of sad, to then it was he almost seemed like he was kind of mad and he wanted nothing to do with the wedding. And Armando asked his dad, "Are you going to be there?" And he just said he has to kind of think about it, and he had to look through everything, and it's are you kidding me? And the saddest part was, apparently, I don't know if it was one of Armando's siblings or who it was, but apparently his dad did go to a wedding who was his sister's, and it sounds like it was this year, because at one point the dad was kind of hinting around the fact that he didn't know if he should go, and I was kind of is he talking about the pandemic? It didn't make sense what he was really talking about. It might have been kind of pandemic-related stuff, he didn't know if he should leave his house kind of thing. But then Armando was "No, you just went to a wedding, that's not true." So I was kind of this is kind of weird. But either way, they sat down. It was really sincerely heartbreaking. At first, it was sad. Armando has said time and time and time again he wants his dad and his mom both to accept and to love him. The mom is definitely more open. The dad just doesn't seem to be very comfortable with it. They do get married, though. I know that for a fact. I have no idea if the dad goes, but as of now, what's that last episode? It looks like the dad has no intention whatsoever of going. He said he's going to consider, but you could just see he got so closed off, so uncomfortable, and so weird. It was just there's no way he's gonna go. So pretty sad news. We are going to have to wait and see. Put in the comments below what you guys think of the whole situation. It was honestly really sad, though. I know not everyone loves Kenny, but I do like Armando. I think Armando is a very genuinely nice guy. Put in the comments what you guys think, but it was just really super sad. I don't see the dad going, to be honest. I really do not see him changing his mind. I just feel honestly, if he was going to go, he would have just said yes. Now, maybe if he kind of sits on it and really kind of thinks about it, but if he's likely going to go, I feel he would just say, "Okay, yeah, I'll go." But it's he really wouldn't give a yes or no answer. He was basically just saying no, and it doesn't look good for Armando or really Kenny. But for the rest of those two, they are still in Armando's hometown. Kenny's daughter is there. They're hanging out. They're having fun for the most part. It was kind of honestly just an emotional whole kind of storyline with Armando and his family, mainly the dad. We did get to see in an upcoming episode, though, that Kenny's daughter goes out. I don't know where to, but she goes out with Armando's mom and his sister, and then things kind of got awkward and weird. And so Armando's mom kind of talks about how when, Armando came out to them, it was really hard. Now, Kenny's daughter doesn't really understand. She just it's a very big emotional kind of a mess and drama, and it's just sad. So I wish these two well. I think they are going to be well. And do I ever think Armando's parents are going to fully be comfortable? Probably not. That's just the sad reality of the situation and of life, and it's really kind of a bummer. But of course, guys, put in the comments below what you guys think. And for the other couples, we got to finally see Victor and Ellie. They actually went back over to his island, and it was a sad episode for everyone. So they went over to the island. This is not funny. This is not anything. This is really just serious and sad. The hurricane came through. It destroyed the whole thing. All the houses that were right by the water were completely destroyed. There was houses that were even off of the water, more inland, and they were destroyed. It was super sad, and the reality is these people have no place to go. They have no place to be. And that is kind of why I personally believe, I don't know if it's why I kind of personally believe that Ellie and Victor are just going to kind of fizzle out. Because a couple of things. Now, this is a huge spoiler alert with Ellie and Victor. So if you don't want to know, it's not that big, but it's kind of big. But a couple weeks ago, so spoiler alert, but a couple of weeks ago, Ellie was spotted at her restaurant in Seattle. Now, I did a video on this a couple weeks ago. If you don't know, I'm sorry, but I warned you. Anyway, she was there working, so she is clearly back here in America. So, but the question is, are they still together? Is she going to go back? What is going on? And I think what is going to happen with these two is she's going to get there. She got there. The island is destroyed, and she even said it in this episode. She was like, "There's no medical. There's really no place to go. There's no place to stay. Is it smart for me to stay here?" And then she's going to realize, no, it's not smart for me to stay. And then, this is going to sound awful, and then I would not be shocked if Victor is still kind of cheating cheating on her behind her back, because when she is giving these confessionals, she's talking about the whole situation, and she's talking about what is going on. If you don't already know, these are filmed weeks after the actual scene of them that they're talking about was filmed, and so likely, they're probably already broken up while she's filming it. I hate to say that, but more than likely you can see she doesn't seem to be happy. She seems to be really irritated and just not happy at all. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I think this means more is going on, but I could be wrong. They went around the island. They were in kind of a time crunch. Ellie was trying to be a good sport. It was sad. It was emotional. But she's also standing there like, you know, should I really move my whole life here when there's no place to even go? And some might say that is selfish, but I can tell you guys one thing. Me and probably most of you guys, maybe not everyone, for sure not everyone, but most people watching would probably say the same thing. It's like, I live a happy, normal, safe life. Where I'm currently at, you know, she's in Seattle. It's like it's safe and everything's good and happy. Should she really move across the whole world for a guy she doesn't know where a hurricane just came through? It's probably not the smartest thing. But that might sound selfish. Either way, guys, yes, Ellie and Victor, they just basically just walked around the whole ruins of it, and it was horrible and very sad to see. So let's keep on going on. We did also get to see Jenny and Sue meet, and I don't even know where I stand with these two. It basically makes absolutely 110% zero sense. We have a million different things going on. The first thing we have going on is, like, I don't know, a couple months ago, maybe even, well, no, probably about a couple months ago, and for years and years and years, but remember a couple months ago, Sumit's mom and dad went over to Jenny and Sumit's house, and Sumit's mom and dad, actually both too, went off, mainly the mom, but the dad too, went off on Jenny and Sumit, and she was screaming and crying and just going crazy. So that happened a couple months ago. Here we are in present day while they're filming this show, and Sumit found out that his brother and his sister-in-law are having a baby. So woohoo, it's a big milestone, and they're going to go and celebrate this new thing, and it's a great, amazing thing. However, Jenny clearly did not get invited because, like I just said earlier, his mom can't stand her, and we just saw her a couple weeks or a couple months ago go off and scream at Jenny. So I would assume Jenny would realize she can't stand me, and this is only a couple months or a couple weeks, even maybe even a couple weeks ago. Sure, but mine has probably not changed, and if someone cannot stand you, why would you want to be around them? Now, I get that she has zero family, but she was like talking to Sumit because Sumit was going to this family gathering, and she was telling him, like, I would love to be involved, but it's like, with those people, because those people over there, they can't stand you. So I don't know why on earth or what she is talking about. I really have absolutely no idea. I could not, for the life of me, could not figure it out because it's like a couple weeks or even a couple months ago, they were going off on you, and now you would like to be involved in their family? I feel like, if anything, wouldn't you want an apology first, and then maybe you can slowly kind of build up that relationship? But that is not what Jenny was saying. So, you know, Sumit went to this family gathering, the celebration. He immediately brought up that him and Jenny are engaged. The mom stood up and started crying. And what do you guys think they were talking about? Time and time and time and time and time again. It was society, 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 and oh yeah, good old society. Now, they tried to kind of explain this whole society thing, and maybe their culture is different, but here in America, most people, for the most part, are pretty live and let live. Now, people always are going to judge everyone. That's probably the same thing here in America, and it's probably the same thing in India, but it's like, for the most part, no one really cares. So, maybe in India it's different, and it probably is different, but the parents were saying, because of society, if we ever have an issue, we have to go to our neighbor, and they know that our son is married to this older woman, they won't help us, and it's like, okay, but when was the last time you had to go to your neighbor? It's like, you know what I mean? And maybe it's different in America, but here in America, and I probably sound like a complete, you know, idiot right now, but it's like, I don't know, you go to your neighbors, you need a, you know, loaf of bread or something. It's like, what are you talking about? Go to your neighbors for what? And I really can't talk because when Sumit did actually get divorced from his first wife, the dad had to go to some friends to get some money to pay off that divorce. So yeah, I guess I can kind of see both ways. I can kind of get what they're coming from, but I don't know. Can't you just tell your neighbors and just say, hey, by the way, yeah, if you are mad that our son is dating or married to this old woman, it's like, that's my son, that's not me, he's like 40 years old and I cannot control him. So I don't know why they don't just say that and let him live his own life. He's basically already doing that now. That's the funniest thing. It's like Jenny and Sumit are basically already married. So what is the difference with society? Doesn't society already hate you guys now if that's the case? It's like they're always together, they live together, they're engaged. What is the difference? So they're kind of just contradicting themselves, all of them, all the way through. Jenny kind of was, because one second Jenny says that she hates these people and she doesn't want to see them. The next second it's like she wants to be invited to their family gatherings. And the mom and the dad Sumit basically are doing the exact same thing. It really makes no sense. I don't understand it. The whole society thing also makes no sense. If you have any more of a different insight, please make sure to let me know. But it's like, it's just really odd. And the funniest part, you guys, is, what's his name? Sumit's mom is going to move in with them. So I'm still, they teased that. That is already, it wasn't ever even a spoiler. They've been teasing that this whole season, that Sumit's mother is going to move in with Jenny and Sumit. And we shall see what goes down. So it kind of makes me feel like this is fake. Kind of stupid. Either way, whatever. Let's move on. We did also get to see Ari and Binyam, very short with them. The gist is this. They are together. They went to go see some holy water. Leandro left. They're trying to work on their relationship. That was basically it. It got to a point, though, where we got to see in a sneak peek episode that Ari came to Binyam and just said, hey, I need to go back. She was crying. She was sobbing. They're going to probably try to kind of spin it like it was Leandro, but no. I think what happens is she's homesick. She hasn't seen her parents in forever, and I heard a rumor, I could be wrong, I heard a rumor that their baby might need surgery, and that is scary and sad and really kind of frightening, and so I think what might happen, and I don't want to wish this on them, obviously, but I think what might happen is maybe the son needs surgery, and she's like, let's just go back to America, and I miss my family, and I think that's what actually happens, and I think now in present day, her and Binyam somehow magically came back to America. I don't know how, but I think they are actually both here in America. Then we saw Corey and Evelyn, and like every week, I'm gonna keep them quick. They got married in complete secrecy. She told her sisters, she told her parents, the mom, who I just adore. The mom is so sweet and nice, and she reminds me of one of my best friend's moms. The mom's really nice. The mom was sad because the mom said, hey, it sounds like you guys didn't get married for love. You guys got married for convenience or this or that. And marriage is forever. Hey, guys, yes, marriage is forever. And if you want to get married, you should stay married forever. And it seems like you guys kind of just got married for dumb reasons. Keep in mind, what's his name, Corey, he actually also kind of did a little something behind her back too. So it's a lot of moving parts. Just kind of weird. I will say it's starting to kind of get interesting. It's basically like any time when Corey and Evelyn are on and their family is on the show or their friends and not actually them, it's kind of interesting. But the thing is, Corey ran off a couple months ago, met this woman, Jenny, I think, or something, and he kind of had like an affair with her because he is married. And, you know, Evelyn knows that he kind of met her, but not how to the extent of what they actually did. And now he feels like he has to tell her, and it's kind of just a big drama, but I'm almost positive, I almost guarantee you guys, she probably already knows, and they're just lying and saying that for the show. So they were on, they told the parents, I adore her mom and dad. I think they are both so nice and just genuinely nice, sweet people. Her sisters are kind of rude, so kind of weird, but everyone else I think is so freaking nice, and I love the family and the mom and dad so much, but Corey and Evelyn, blah, boring, whatever. Yeah, their marriage thing, that is about it, and probably the only drama for the rest of their season. And last but not least, my favorite couple to watch, not to love, and I don't, honestly, I actually, you know what, guys, you guys are gonna hate me, but I don't want them to get married. But the last but not least couple would be Steven and Alina. They are in Turkey. They met with a Turkish lawyer about how they can get married. She's from Russia, he's from Utah. They go to Turkey because of the pandemic. They need to get married there, and then when they get married, then he can go back to Russia with her. And I think what needs to happen is they need to go their separate ways. He is a raging, and this is gonna sound rude, but to me, he's a raging idiot. And it's not because he kind of sounds like he's dumb and he talks kind of weird. That has nothing to do with how I think he's an idiot because he has lied to her on several occasions. And it sounds like now, based on a preview, that he might have actually cheated on her. So that might not be for sure, so take that with a grain of salt, but they made it kind of seem like he was going on dates while he was dating her, and he might have got like kind of romantic with some of these girls, which is like, if he cheated on her, she needs to run. So yeah, you guys, Steven and Alina, not a fan, and you know, she is kind of pushy, and she is kind of demanding, and maybe she's a lot more demanding in person, and maybe he's kind of just sick and tired of, but I think he has lied to her on a million different occasions. Not cool, not nice. To me, she does seem demanding. However, she seems so sweet and nice, and it's like, dude, you need to be nice to her because she's only 20 years old. She's young. He's 25. She's away from her family. This is like her first serious relationship. Just come on. She's in a different country. She wants to get married very soon, which is probably kind of rushed. But it's like, hey, you knew, Steven, that the plan was to go there and get married. And so, to me, he kind of needs to follow through. But now he's trying to kind of backpedal and get out of it. And I'm just like, dude, that was the plan. So yes, guys, Steven and Alina, I'm not a fan of him. I will say, to his defense, though, I can see why. He probably wants to kind of hang around and get to know her because they've only spent 2 weeks together in person. And he was saying he needs like 50 days. And she was saying she wants to get married in like a week. And I get it. They should probably spend some time together and really make sure, because marriage is for life. So I do get that side of him, I will say. But for the most part with him, I'm just like, I'm not a fan of this guy. I cannot stand this guy. And to me, he is just so weird and annoying. And he's kind of funny, weird, but he's like, no, I think he's a liar. I'm just not a fan of him whatsoever. Well, guys, 90 Day Fiance. What a bizarrely sad episode. It was just sad and sad and sad with Kenny and Armando, and then Emily and Victor, and kind of even Steven and Alina, and then even kind of Corey and Evelyn. So, and yeah, and Ari and Benny, I'm kind of sad too. So we have a lot of sad stuff going on right now. I don't know if I like it or if I enjoy watching it. This last episode I actually enjoyed watching though, which is great, because some of these last episodes I've been like, this is so boring. Well, this last one was pretty good, so that was kind of fun to see. Either way, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you are new to this channel, please hit that like button, hit the comments below, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.